Well, I've actually retired, and I got a call from Kevin Bond, who was instrumental in setting up NAViGO, asking me if I'd come across and spend 6 months with him setting up the governance arrangements and the management structures. And I did that for 6 months prior to NAViGO being formally established. It really captured my heart and mind because it's quite a unique organisation. So I decided I would stay on and become the first chairman of NAViGO. And here we are 10 years later, just about to finish my term of office. Well, I've been involved in the area since about 1990, when I came to South Humber Health Authority. And at that time, mental health care was in a pretty poor condition because it had been neglected and largely underfunded. So I think the two things coming together, Harrison House being built and the establishment of NAViGO, proved a changing point for improving and modernising services here in North East Lincolnshire. And of course there's been a large shift from institutional care to a much more locally based community care model. Our services are much more joined up now between our inpatient services and our community services. Our services are a lot more holistic. We don't treat people for one episode of care. I think in NAViGO's philosophy of treating the whole person, not just looking at their mental health, but also their social care, their housing, and somewhere to work, joining up, those three things provides a better service for people locally. I think what makes NAViGO unique is the way we've designed how the organisation is run. The idea of having staff heavily engaged in the management of the organisation and our service users being community members, their role they play with our membership board in determining the direction of NAViGO is quite unique. It's a really nice size organisation. We're not remote from the people that we serve. And we've got an opportunity here in North East Lincolnshire to actually work very closely with our other partners, the local authority, the private care providers, and the other NHS providers in the area. The first thing I'm really proud of is how the organisation has responded in the last 12 to 18 months to this COVID crisis. I think we've asked a real lot of our staff. I think our staff have been really flexible in the way they've worked. And throughout the crisis, we managed to support our users, and our staff have been instrumental in working in different ways to do this. And I think we owe great debt to our staff for that. I think another great achievement for NAViGO is the way that we've brought people back into North East Lincolnshire from out of area. A lot of people had been accommodated in nursing homes outside of the district, and we agreed with the local commissioners that we would take responsibility for the budget for these people. And we've developed our rehab services to such an extent that we've brought people back, placed them into supported living. And I'm very proud of the fact that at the moment we've not got anybody out of area, and everybody who needs specialist care is accommodated within North East Lincolnshire. I guess I'm also very proud of the way we've developed our elderly services. I think the particular pleasing thing about this is that the development of our elderly services have been driven by the relatives of our service users who were unhappy about the service we provided for people with complex dementia. As a result, we've opened the Janine Smith Suite, and this has stopped people again going out of area. And we've also opened recently Barbara's Beacon, which has provided additional beds for people with complex needs. And if we hadn't done that, all of these people would have probably been placed out of the district somewhere. We saw that there was a gap for people with eating disorders, and we set up rearing fields to accommodate that. It was a risk at the time because we got no guaranteed take-up for that service. But we worked on the philosophy that if we built it, people would come. And lo and behold, they did. I think we're making great progress in destigmatising mental health. We've got programmes to ensure that people who engage with our services from a younger age, and they're not afraid to speak out and say that they have problems with their mental health. I'm also really pleased about our creative approach to doing things differently. We've been able to use our flexibilities to open Grimsby Garden Centre, which gives us a profit to reinvest into our local services, and it also provides a unique opportunity for our service users to be provided with employment and training. And in that respect, I think our achievement of placing people in employment is second to none in the country. If you look at our staff numbers, 15% of our staff have experienced mental health problems, and they've come through our training and rehabilitation programs. And I think that's unique really for an organisation to take people through their rehabilitative journey and to make sure that they have employment at the end of it. Obviously, I'll miss the people. In 10 years, you make lots of relationship with the staff and with our service users. So I'll miss seeing the people. I'll miss seeing our service users and seeing people come into our services needing help, NAViGO providing that help, and then seeing them settled and recovering through our rehabilitation programs. But I guess most of all, I miss going out and telling people how good a service NAViGO is, and at every opportunity I get, I tell them about how unique we are as a mental health provider and the relationship we've got with the people who use our services and our staff. NAViGO has been a huge part of my life. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to be chairman. I think now I'll get more time to spend with my wife and my family. I don't see my grandchildren as much as I'd like to, so my intention is to spend more time with them and hopefully play a little bit more golf. I've spent 10 really rewarding and happy years in NAViGO. At the same time, I watched over this 10 years my 6 grandchildren grow up. And we spent a lot of time with each of the grandchildren watching our favourite movie, which is Toy Story. One of the characters in Toy Story is Buzz Lightyear. And asked where he's going, he replies, "To infinity and beyond." So my message for NAViGO, I think, is emulate Buzz Lightyear in all you do. Aim as far and as high as you can, and all will be well.